we played. Sorry, just. So I remember the game that we played at Mashobra. It was a really good experience and different way to understand the P2P business. As a company, we go and talk about the business model and what is the parameters that we should look while working with a P2P company, or why or how is it good for our client's business, or we normally talk good things about our business. That is the human nature. But the way sir has created this game to create awareness about this asset class, and also the distributors, and normally I have seen that most of the distributors and advisors, they are more focused on the mutual fund and the markets. They are expert in their fields, but do not have too much focus on the lending, the process and everything. So that way I think we are thankful to Connect sir that he's creating awareness in this field. And I think we'll have a lot to learn in future as well, and from different games, and very interesting way to learn. Yeah, thank you. So mute, you're on mute, sir.
Thank you so much, Vishal, for the introductory remarks, and welcome everyone. Welcome, Ajmal. Keep looking at your posts on Facebook, the action which you are packed up with every day. So nice to see that. Maybe sometime you also share it with our group also, all the actions. And I'm sure games are helping you in some or other way if you are doing them. Yeah. So thank you so much, Ajmal. So that way, so how many of us have played the P2P game? Naresh ji ke alawa. No one else, I think. Naresh ji and Vishal. Okay. So let's start with that. And in between, if we have some questions, we will take it forward. Yes, P2P is something new which we all think. And I consider peer-to-peer lending as an industry which probably mutual fund industry was 20 years back. And probably as far as mutual funds is concerned, we have come a long way. And similarly, I hope peer-to-peer lending with more and more regulations, with more and more compliances coming into picture, this is also going to be one industry which is going to be as big as, or maybe bigger than the mutual fund industry in the coming days. So with this, let's start today's session with a story. This is a story of 100 camels. Okay. There was this gentleman who was walking or going across one of the deserts with 100 camels. And when the night came, they all wanted to take rest because it was all night on that day. And they had this 99 ropes and 99, what you call in Hindi, khutiyan, where you just tie them with a particular nail somewhere so that the camel is not running away at the night. So they had 99 and they did for 99, but one was missing. But now these people were so dead tired that they wanted to take rest. But somehow, because of this one particular camel, they may need to stay awake for the whole night. So they consulted one old man who was there in that particular area. And he told them, it is very simple. You just pretend as if you are tying that rope in that camel's neck, and you just put the nail, even if it is not there, just pretend that as if you are nailing down, and just do that and relax. So they had no other option and they did this. Finally, the whole night went and the camel was there, to the surprise. Next morning, when they all woke up, they saw they untied all the 99 camels and they started moving. But this camel, which was not tied, but it was pretended that he was tied, they tried pulling him, but he was not moving. So now this was a bigger problem, that this camel is not moving. So they again went to that particular old man who was there in that particular area and requested him, what is this now? What you have done? This camel is not even moving. So then he told that what you really need to do is remove the rope which you have tied. Well, but we did not tie any rope. Yes, you have not tied, but you pretended. This camel still assumes that he is tied with a rope. That's the reason he is not moving. So you will have to act in the same way. You will have to pretend and untie it. So they did the same thing, and then the camel just started walking. My dear friends, this is not a story, but this is also something very, very important in all our lives. We all are so much tuned and so much used to certain things the way we have been doing, that we just don't want to try anything new. When it comes to investment, I think it is more like that. We were tuned to fixed deposits and investing in gold and real estate for so many years that when mutual fund came into picture 20 years back, nobody was even talking and thinking about that. It was so difficult. I remember in the year 2000, 2001, 2002, when we used to talk about mutual funds, it was very, very tough to even explain them that this money, the system, and this is going to be like this. And I think similarly, with days, more and more investment avenues when they come, maybe today it is P2P. It is like, no, we have a frame of mind that this is the way investments should be done. Anything new, it's not so easy to explore and discover, and people get into that. So anything, whatever new will come, will not be so easy to take it forward. So I think the same thing is with this also. Now, this is there is a quiz for all of you. Okay. Now the quiz is, and you will have to be a little active on your chat box now. Okay. Now you can see three people over here. Okay. One is Ram, one is Balram, and one is Chaturram. Okay. Now you have the civil parameters, and there is a tenure of a loan which has to be given. And the monthly income is also shared with you. And the loan amount is shared with you. And where these people are working and what is the purpose for which they are looking for the loan, everything is written. Okay. And which city they all are belonging to. And the age also. Now, as a person, if you have to give a loan, who is the person whom you will give loan? It is Ram, Balram, or Chaturram. And now let me tell you, these P2P companies, they have all these things, they do it through an AI. Okay. And most of the time we are unable to identify a person and why he should be given a loan. Okay. But in this particular case, if you can just identify who is the person whom you should be giving loan, and let's see what happens, what's the result. Okay. So let's see. So yes, Divya is telling Ram, Kiran is telling Chaturram, Ajmal is telling Chaturram. Anyone else? So we have two votes
Balram.
for Chaturram.
Sir,
Shweta,
I vote for
you
Balram.
will vote for? Okay, Ram. Okay, so we have two for Ram and two for Chaturram. Nobody is for Balram.
No,
Nobody.
I'm for Balram, sir.
Acha, you told Balram, and Purushottam ji is also telling Balram. So we have two for Ram, two for Balram, and two for Chaturram. Okay. So एक HDFC में है, एक Sunshine है, and it is there. So good. Anyone else who's going to tell? We will get the right answer. Now,
Ram.
why do you think the people who have answered Ram is going to be a good? What is the civil parameters and what is FOIR? Can anyone explain? Otherwise, we have an expert with us who is going to explain this for all of us.
Sir, I chose Ram because Ram has low CIBIL score. So his loan will be on higher side. Loan, what you call, the interest they will charge is higher. And moreover, it is other Chatur Ram will get education loan at lower price.
Okay.
So that's why I chose Ram.
before we move, Vishal, would you like to explain what is FOIR? If you are there, or anyone else?
Ajay, it is a fixed obligation from his income ratio. It is a fire. And Balram's is 88%. He already having the obligation up to 88%. So giving a loan to him, it's highly risk. Chatur Ram, it is 52%. And one thing is, when compared with Ram, Chatur Ram age is very less. So he has the more income period, so that he can serve the loan very easily. I'm done. Kanakji, your voice is muted.
Yeah. Vishal, you would like to explain what is FOIR? Anyone? So shut her down and all go on. Piyush, good to see you, Piyush and Rahul. So anyone would like to explain FOIR? What is FOIR? So we are identifying from all these three people who is the person whom we should give loan. One is Ram, whose FOIR is 45%, Balram is 88%, Chaturram is 52%. And monthly income of Chaturram is 30,000, Balram is 70,000, and Ram is 2,23,000. Ram is looking for a loan of 8 lakhs, Balram is looking for 3 lakhs, and Chaturram is looking for a loan of 2.25 lakhs. So please write down in the chat box whom you think you should be given a loan. So we have 2 votes for Chaturram, 2 votes for Ram, and 2 votes for Balram so far. Anyone would like to? Yes, I think Divya is correct. You have a big applause for you. Ram is the person who should be given loan. The reason why Ram is selected is the customer has a strong income. The income is quite 2,23,000, and the civil is also clean. See, civil at these levels, anything above 700 is more or less okay. Same for all, whether it is 715 or 21 or 15. And the use case is renovation and the stability, overall stability. Okay. So that's the reason why the loan is given. And all this is done by all this P2P company through their artificial intelligence. And that's the way it is done. Any comment on this? Vishal or anyone else?
No, this sounds fair, na? Because Ram has an income of 2 lakh and his loan was around 8 lakhs. So he can repay the loan within 4 months itself.
Yes,
So that's why FOIR was
absolutely.
45%.
Yeah. So the lower the FIR. And one more thing to be observed, which is also quite significant, is the PTI. Can anyone explain what is PTI? Our expert, Vishal, where are you? Where is Vishal bhai? विशाल भाई लगता है
पेमेंट टू इनकम रेशियो बता रहे
हाँ
हैं किरण बता रहा है गूगल सर्च करके
Really sorry, sir. Just एक important call again. मुझे से 1 मिनट में आंसर.
यस 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 हम बोले कहाँ चले गए थे विशाल भाई
पेमेंट टू इनकम रेशियो
हाँ. So Vishal, we were trying to understand Yeah, payment to income ratio, absolutely fine. He Googled. देखिए विशाल जी, आप नहीं थे तो हम लोगों को गूगल करना पड़ गया.
ठीक है,
हाँ,
सॉल्यूशन मिल गया हमें.
चलो ठीक. So payment to income ratio जितना कम हो उतना अच्छा है. So that's what our learning is, which artificially all these people are doing. And FOIR, the lower the better it is. Next game में हम लोग फिर दूसरा में देखते हैं what is going to be the next thing. So next is again another question. We have Ramalingam, Madhuralingam, and Purtilingam. So these are the three people. Inka civil score is given, and tenure is also given, and FOIR again is there, 60, 43, and 65. Industry, their monthly income, and all. So who is the person whom you should give a loan? Vishal, we were trying to understand what is FOIR. In the meantime, if you
I'm
can
really
explain,
sorry,
and people
थोड़ी सी
will keep
मतलब urgent
answering.
एक call आ गई थी. So FOIR is like fixed obligation to income ratio. So हम ये देखते हैं कि किसी की जो इनकम है, सपोज किसी की इनकम सपोज 2 लाख रुपए महीने की है, और उसके ऑलरेडी कई सारे लोन्स और फिक्स्ड ऑब्लिगेशन चल रहे हैं, सपोज चिल्ड्रन एजुकेशन है.
Vishal ji, I'm sorry. Can you please
Obligations
talk in English?
Yes, sure. So fixed obligation to income ratio we calculate to understand the capacity of a borrower to repay their EMIs. For example, I have a salary of 2 lakh rupee per month, and I have certain home loans running, certain other car loan running, child education running, which sums up to say 1.5 lakh rupee per month. So now my fixed obligation to income ratio, there I like 150,000 rupees, there's something which I have to pay. I cannot deny that. So I only the extra income that I have is only 50,000 rupees. On other hand, there is other borrower whose salary is just 1 lakh rupee, but he does not have any obligation. He does not have any running loan. He does not have any child education to pay. So that borrower is better for us because he has 1 lakh rupees to spare on our loan. So we for our lender's perspective, that 1 lakh rupee person, salaried person without any obligation is better as compared to the person with higher salary and more obligation. So that is the concept of.
So what we understand, the lower the FOIR, the better it is.
Yes, yes. Lower the FOIR, it is better. It is.
And similarly, so let's see the answer for this. Most of them have answered Madhuralingam, and you all are right. The lower the FOIR, the better it is. And also with this, we also see that although the PTI is 21%, which in case of Ramalingam was less, but still the selection is for Madhuralingam. So that was one criteria which was shared. So
also like this I mean, this is the best borrower we are selecting here. Otherwise, I mean, Ramalingam can also fit, but since we are selecting best out of 3, so that.
Okay. So yes, so Lendbox will give loan to both of them.
Yes.
But if we are considering best, it's Madhuralingam. Okay. So the second last question, or the third question for the day, we have Charulata, Snehalata, and Madhulata. So civil score, all of them above 700. And FOIR is 64, 88, and 33. Okay. So in this case, PI you will have to see. So who is the person whom you should give the loan?
Madhulata.
Please write in the chat box, or maybe you can. Divya answers first is Madhulata. Okay, Purushottam and Kiran is Charulata. So we have 2 votes for Madhulata and 2 votes for Charulata. Madhulata again, Piyush also Madhulata, Ghanshyam Das also Madhulata. So we have 4 of us going for Madhulata. And the reason Madhulata people is FOIR. Again, that's 33%. So that's what most of them are telling. So let's, so our expert, Vishal, what do you think?
I think Charulata will be.
Okay, so our expert is going for Charulata, and let's see why.
Acha, Madhulata is a bit.
So Vishal will give loan to Madhulata and
So
Charulata both.
actually, one thing that we also see the age and the reason of loan.
Yeah.
Normally in the lending industry or for us also, when it comes to healthcare, we only consider the cases which is the non-invasive, say cosmetic, hair transplant, etc. The proper healthcare cases becomes very difficult where chance of the person's disease, if there is a person a chance on life, then it is almost impossible to go and recover the loan from the person's family. So
Yeah.
that is also something which we see as a lender.
So
So
Charulata, Madhulata both looks good,
yeah.
but when it comes to FOIR,
Yeah,
I
FOIR
think,
and income difference is also big there. PTI is
yeah.
also much better.
So
So
that
that
makes Madhulata more and more attractive. So with all of you, absolutely fine. The last question, we have three people. Civil parameters not available for Sajodhar, but Gajodhar and Majodhar it is available. So what you should do in this case? But FOIR is low in case of Sajodhar, but civil parameters not there. So who is the person whom you should give the loan? Please write it in the chat box. Kiran is telling Majodhar. No one else? Divya, Purushottam ji, Rahul, Piyush. Okay, Purushottam ji says Gajodhar. Divya, Majodhar. Parthopratim is again for Gajodhar. So we are getting all more or less mixed response for all three of them. Yeah, FOIR, civil scores, all becomes important. Ajmal also Gajodhar. So we have a mixed response and let's see the final results. In this case, it is Sajodhar. Even although NTC is given, the strong employment and the banking, it was approved. So this is how the whole thing is there. Also the PTI is 45%. But I think the crucial part here was the 45% FOIR. I think that is one major thing which all the P2P companies are looking forward into. We have one more, the last one then. Dhananjay, Mananjay and Fananjay. So FOIR in case of Mananjay and Fananjay is 54, 55, more or less the same. Civil score of Mananjay is better. So whom do you think you should give a loan to? Purpose is important. Yes, absolutely, Divya. So Fananjay, Divya is getting all the right answers, it seems. So Purushottam ji is Mananjay. Who is the employer is also very important. So almost everyone is answering all the names. Dhananjay, Mananjay, Fananjay, all of them. ऐसा नहीं है कि some people are very, very specific with one investor. That's not the way. So let's see the final results. Yes, it's Fananjay. The reason is, although the civil score is comparatively less, FOIR is also somewhere in between. But the monthly income, I think, is the differentiator, which is 1.78 lakhs, and the loan amount is for 4 lakhs. So that makes the PTI 9%, and the employment is strong, and 15 years the customer owns and house. Those are the other results and all degrees of whatever. So that's the idea. So with these datas, we thank and we acknowledge the data and the inputs given by all the P2P leading P2P companies. And so finally, before we get into the game part, I think for people who are retiring or retired and who are looking forward to a fixed monthly income, I think this is a very good opportunity for all of them. And people should consider at least some portion of their income into P2P with liquidity also. That's the idea of getting investing into P2P. Now, let's play the game wherein we will be just give me a minute. So far, any additional comments anybody would like to make in between before we start the game?
जिसने
Anyone?
जिसने रजिस्टर
Your
नहीं किया वो
experience
रजिस्टर
says
कर लो
yes.
अभी के अभी.
Yes, Rahul?
जिसने जिसने रजिस्टर नहीं किया कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए वो अभी के अभी रजिस्टर कर लो.
राहुल बैंग ऑन एकदम. नहीं.
काम की बात करते हैं क्या वर्मा जी, ठीक बोलते हैं ना.
राहुल मौके पे चौका. Good. Yes, friends. The next hot thing, I think another 25 seats we have left with. So if you or your friends, if anybody has not registered, we would request to do that. Because after that, we'll not be able to have any residential accommodation. Ajmal, you are coming now?
Yes, Ji,
Where is
I'm,
Ajmal?
yeah, I'm coming. Flight
Yes.
ticket booked. I'll book it today.
Ajmal is rocking, huh? Rahul, just like you, he is also doing phenomenal. Like almost every week, he is doing some or other IAPs with
Yeah,
the
thank you.
teams and things like that.
All credits goes to the people who are in VC group, and
Yes.
the credit goes to you,
We
Ji.
haven't met Ajmal before. So Ajmal is from which part of India?
I am from Tamil Nadu. It is nearby Rameshwaram, the city called Madurai.
मदुरई. ठीक है, तो उधर से आप सोन हलवा लेके आना.
अच्छा,
We will keep छोला भटूरा ready for you.
जरूर लेकर.
So, okay, so what we will do, first let's make a team. I think we are around 18, 16 of us. Okay. So Mr. Jairaj Kadam's question is, what is PTI? What is PTI? Please explain. Anyone? Ajmal, Vishal, Rahul,
पेमेंट टू
Naresh ji.
इनकम रेशियो बताया था ना अभी किरण ने. पेमेंट टू इनकम रेशियो.
Absolutely. So what we will do, see, this is the first version of the game. And so let's have a team where, let's say the 4 people visible, all 4 of you will become captains. Let's say Naresh, Ajmal, Kiran, and Rahul. Okay. So, and you choose one person from the people other than there. So at least we can have two people in one team. So maybe Naresh and Rajiv Lochan and Partho Protim can be one team. So Naresh ji with you, Rajiv and Partho Protim is there. And with Kiran, Mr. Jairaj Kadam and Divya Jain getting into Kiran's team. Rahul, Purushottam and Tushar be a part of your team. And
कहाँ है
Ajmal,
मेरे टीम वाले हैं कहाँ? वो तो कैमरा बंद करके सो रहे.
Purushottam, Tushar. And maybe one more, Ghanshyam Das ji. And then Ajmal, Abraham Finance and Smriddhi and Jitendra. Okay. So basically you 4 faces are visible. So I have made it like that. So please, so we are playing a 4-player team. So first is Naresh and team. Second team is Rahul, and team. Third is Ajmal and who is the fourth one? कौन था? Kiran.
Sir, myself.
Okay. So let's move forward. So now, as you can see it on the screen, so this is one way internally peer-to-peer lending, they select and they identify who is the people whom they should, based on the CIBIL score and all these parameters, if it is low and if it is a risky investor or a risky business or a small trader or whatever way. So based on that, you have a category 1. These are the people who will be giving around 8 to 12%. We have category 2 with 12 to 16%. Category 3, these investors will give people who take loan will give you 16 to 20%, and then category 4 will give you 20 to 28%. Now, the other side is more the rate of return you are getting, more riskier they are. They have a chances of default. The percentage of default in category will be more. But again, whenever you will get a loan, you will get a higher loan. So now as a team, you will have to decide what percentage. So let's say you all will be given 50 lakhs each. And now at the end of the game, 50 lakhs jiska sabse zyada hoga after 5 rounds, that team will be the winner. And so you can allocate your 50 lakhs into C1, C2, C3, C4 category, or maybe only in one category as you wish. So starting with any one of you. Naresh ji, Rahul, Ajmal, and Kiran.
Are we going with the breakout room or we are discussing here itself?
You can just decide, you know the person whom you are with. So you
Because
can,
there is no team.
or maybe you know, if
members.
they are visible, you can ask them
Who's
also.
not, they are not visible.
Like Hitesh Sharma ji is there, visible. So Hitesh ji, aap kiski team mein hai? Rajiv Lochan ji, you can suggest, like Rajiv ji is with Naresh Verma.
Yes.
And Divya is with
Rajiv ji.
Yes, Kiran. And Hitesh ji, you are with Ajmal. So please suggest them, maybe on the personal chat on the screen, and then you can decide.
Kanak ji, who are in my team?
Who is this?
You
can choose. Please choose. There is a close group. I have intentionally not made groups and all because there are only 19 people. So I thought
I will take like say 70% in C3 and 10% each in C1, C2, and C4.
So Rahul choose for 70% in C3 category and
10-10 in the rest of the categories.
10-10-10.
10-10-10.
Okay. So here we are.
Said this 20 to 28% will be.
As per one person has gone, use your own ideas and do it.
Sir, one question, like this percentage, like I missed in between. What is this percentage? C1, C2, C3, C4? If you can come
this
again,
is
sorry.
the type of interest rates they are willing to pay. These type of
so
borrowers.
Risk is also involved.
Absolutely. Higher the interest rates, higher the risk of default. So in case of C1, you will find almost 0% default. In C2, maybe little bit 2% to 5%. In C3, maybe it will be around 10% to 20%. And C4, the default rate will be more than 20%. So remember that. So overall interest rate can be impacted because of that. And we will play 5 rounds. Naresh ji.
Yeah, 10 C1.
10.
C2 20%.
Yes.
60%. 10%.
दिल्ली वाले सब थोड़ा थोड़ा आगे पीछे मैंने हमारे मैंने कहते हैं ना सामने जो बैठा हुआ उसकी थोड़ी नकल तो कर ही लेते हैं हम लोग. Okay, Ajmal and team. So Naresh ji, in your team, I think Divya is in your team.
दिव्या दिव्या नहीं राजीव
वो लोग जो टीम जीतेगी उसमें घुस जाएंगे अपने आप.
For us, it is 20.
Divya, I think, is with Kiran.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Divya and Kiran, please give your allocation. And then
Okay,
Ajmal.
okay.
For
Ajmal
us,
has given his
for us-
allocation.
Yeah, for
Ajmal
us,
gave.
it is 20, 35, 25, 20.
Who is
20.
giving the allocation? Ajmal?
Me, Ajmal.
Ajmal.
20, 35, 25, 20.
20,
35, 25, 20.
30.
20.
No, how can that be 20? You have to make 100.
No, second one is 35.
Okay.
Sir, C1 20. C2 15.
How much?
15, 1 5.
Okay, 1-5.
Yes. 35. And 35. 20. C3 20.
Sir, Kiran sir, I will go like C2 you can make 50 and 10
50.
10. Risk is more in C3 and C4.
Yeah.
Yes.
So don't go for C4 higher. Better go for C2 higher.
Okay.
Please decide and tell me.
70.
50, 10 10.
No, but again, we have to have another 10.
10%. Yeah.
Where?
Sir, C3.
Oh,
C3 20. C3 20.
Okay. So more or less what I can see, the most conservative in your all cases is Kiran and team. Looks to be most conservative. The second most conservative is Ajmal. Anyway, this is a debt product and the intention is to protect and just get a little better interest. So I think Ajmal and Kiran has moved on that directions. On the other side, Naresh and Rahul, both of you, though it is a debt product, but you want to still be on the riskier side a little more and explore the C3 and the C4 category. So let's see how things move. Oh my God, where is that one? Just a second. Just a second. See, I don't know what has happened.
चेतन आ गया ना इसलिए.
हाँ,
चेतन आ गया ना इसीलिए तो तुमको बोलने नहीं देंगे चेतन.
गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन
गुड इवनिंग. क्या हाल चाल है चेतन भाई? बढ़िया.
बढ़िया सर बढ़िया
मजेदार. कब पहुंच रहे
ओवरऑल
बताओ.
गुड
आपका स्वागत करने के लिए इधर बैठे हैं
क्या बात है.
क्या बात है
Good to see Chetan.
हम.
Please, I think something has.
राहुल का मस्तिष्क भी और ज्यादा बड़ा है क्या?
खींच खींच के बड़ा हो
चलो दिल्ली जाएंगे नेक्स्ट मंथ में, देखेंगे क्या शिफ्ट
गया। तब तक ऐसे ही रहेगा, चिंता मत कीजिए। আর রাজীব দা কেমন আছেন? সব ভালো তো?
एकदम खूब ভালো।
খুব ভালো। Good.
Any inputs or any views would somebody would like to share for whatever? I think there's in between there is some issue which has happened on the P2P thing, on the investment, how it works. Any explanations for the people who are just new to this?
Now, somebody who is already maybe using P2P as an asset class may share his experience with us. That will help us a lot. That's the power of the company. चेतन भाई कर रहे हो क्या आप P2P में कुछ एलोकेशन?
नो सर, अभी तक तो कुछ स्टार्ट नहीं किया है।
Anybody
Okay.
else?
So
और कोई
एक रिक्वेस्ट मैं फिर से करूंगा. See what has happened. Something when we shared this investment button was gone. So एक बार फिर से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, सब लोग अपना अपना एलोकेशन फिर से बता दीजिए.
नरेश जी का
Quickly,
था
fast.
10,
नरेश, Rahul,
नरेश जी का था
Ajmal.
10 20
10,
60
20,
10
60, 10. Yes.
Okay. So
मेरा था
Rahul was 10,
10
10,
70
70 and 10 again.
10. नरेश जी का था 10 20 60 and 10.
60, 10.
10.
अजमल जी का था 25 35 25 and 15. Right, Ajmal?
No, it is last one is 20 and first one is 20. Both is 20.
20.
This is Ajmal again.
20,
20,
25, 25, 20.
20 35 25 and then 20.
20.
Sir,
Right.
Kiran, 20.
20 20 20 होगा करेक्ट. जस्ट
Kiran.
C4.
Sir, Kiran, 20.
किरण का 0 0 0 0.
20, C2 50, C3 20, C4 10.
Okay,
Rahul.
so let's invest the first and see what happens. So we have played the first round, and at the end of the first round, the C4 is 22% and C3 18%. C2 is 12 and C1 got 10%, which was like quite an optimistic year. And I think the result is visible in all the cases. So let's have 5 years. So the second year, probably something happened. There was some crisis, and the returns of overall in the C3 and the C4 category was -2 and -4%. So that has resulted in the little fall. So 50 lakhs has come down a little bit, but still, I think the team Kiran continues to win, even though Naresh and Rahul has got pretty good returns. So not many people are into C4, but I think C3 17% has resulted team Rahul and team Naresh to take it forward and take, but still I think team Ajmal and team Kiran is winning. So after 3 rounds, the 4th round again. Yes, more or less 50 lakhs का सबका 79-80 lakhs हो गया है in 4th round, and the last round when we play, the idea is so well यहाँ पे तो 5 साल में करीबन 91, 92, 92 and 92, 60. So ऐसे केस में लगता तो है कि अभी नरेश कुमार वर्मा जी जीत गए हैं.
जीत गए.
Again, so that's one.
अरे नरेश जी के पास खाली मेरे से 3000 रुपये ज्यादा था.
बुधा.
बहुत ज्यादा का फर्क नहीं रहा किसी का भी, since you all have divided and things have worked well. So any I think we have some experts from some P2P companies. Vishal is there, and anyone else is there from any other company, Lenden or Liquiloan. If somebody is there, please give your comment with whatever we have done so far. Or Vishalji, can we have your comment? And then we will have our participants' comments also. The winning teams and the runners-up teams and also the losing team. Anyway, debt में losing or winning, it's not matter. सबने 50 लाख के 90 लाख कर लिए हैं. That's, I think, pretty good.
Yes.
5 years. Yes, I think Vishal is again on a call. So Naresh ji, कैसा लग रहा है आपको?
बहुत
50
बढ़िया.
lakhs को 90 lakhs बना के.
Great, amazing.
Amazing.
Feel good.
Anything, Ajmal, you would like to comment on?
Yes, see, at the time of aggressive, the short-term return is good. When compared with the long-term return, more than 3 years, more or less, the return is same. Yes, of course, if I looking forward for the short-term things, the P2P, we have to take, if we take risk, the return is good. But based on the repayment, right? There is a learning for me.
Okay. Yes, but I think one thing we should remember, Abhi, these days, what the P2P are giving is they are anyway giving a fixed rate of return in most of the cases between 9% to 12%. So these particular where we have done, this has become more of internal stuff. But earlier, the P2P companies 2 years back, they had this format where, you can select the type of customers or type of people whom you think they should become your borrower. So in that scenario, but now this is more internalized. So any changes, whatever has happened, Vishalji, if you would like to comment on that.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Between 2 years back and today.
So the main reason for us to shift to automated process of dispersal and selection of borrower, repayment, relending of the repayments of EMIs, main reason was that most of the investors, first, they do not have the time. If any investor, suppose giving us a 10 lakh rupee check, I'm sure he has an entire portfolio of a minimum of 1 crore. Nobody gives us a 10 or 15% more allocation. And if he has a 1 crore of suppose portfolio, he's definitely doing some other business where he has to spend his time on. So he does not have time to come on a platform and select the borrowers. And as a distributor, you also have a lot of other steps, other things to do, a lot of business activity, day-to-day things. You also cannot come on behalf of your investor and select the borrowers. So, and even if few people who had the time to select the borrowers, they had the tendency to select high interest borrowers only. They did not understand all these things, exercise that we did, that we have to, rationally diversify the to lower interest rate borrowers as well. So what they were doing, they were choosing the high rate borrowers. So we have few cases from early 2015-16 where somebody who has invested 50,000 rupees to just one borrower, but very high interest rate. So those kind of things were happening. So what this was doing to us, that some investors were getting higher interest, some people were making 20% return, and some investor was ending up getting only 2-3% return, because lack of diversification, the NPA on every investor was different effect. So that was the reason we did, as an industry, it was not decided anywhere, but naturally it was moved to the automated process where all the investment will be diversified very efficiently, minimum 100 borrowers, and usually normally there are like thousands of borrowers in one portfolio. You just go on your partner portal and check, or investor can go there on app and check. They will see that there are endless number of borrowers on their portfolio. And then every month we are getting the EMIs. Since as you may be aware that EMI based repayment loans are much better as compared to bullet payment loans. If I give you a loan of 1 lakh rupee and you say you pay me after 1 year, during the 1 year, a lot of things can change in your life. I cannot track that. But if I take the monthly payment, I can keep track on your life and your financials. So that's why we do 100% of loans EMI based. Now every month EMI is coming. We need to reinvest that. Now, if it is manual, you cannot have the time or tendency or free time to come and log in and reinvest that money. So that has to be done through system only. So those things have been changed, and more of allocation has been done in a way that the risk will be evenly distributed on each and every investor. Like we have 4 lakh investors. So every investor in percentage wise have a similar risk exposure, so that we as a company can track the portfolio level NPA and say that, okay, every investor is exposed. We have NPA of 1%. Maybe Kanak sir has the NPA of 1.1. I have a 0.9. But there cannot be a case where I have a 0 NPA and Kanak sir have 2%, 3% NPA. So that is something which has technology has helped us, and that has given the results also.
Phenomenal. So I think long way has we have come a long way. What P2P industry 4 years, 5 years back was and what it is today. And I think things are more transparent, things are more rationalized, and AI-based diversification is phenomenal. I think that is one thing which has happened very, very nicely. So one need to just experiment with maybe 1 or 2 investments for a few months and then take it forward from there. So I think we are done within 1 hour, rather in fact 55 minutes. So we want to keep the session within 1 hour so that the interest is maintained. This whole month
just wanted to add one more thing. Maybe it will be interest for few people. So we lately we have hearing a lot of rumors on P2P that that few companies are not compliant, and RBI has been trying to stop the P2P companies to do the business and everything. So just wanted to clear a little bit air on that part. So there is nothing such which RBI asking any company to stop. I mean, none of the major companies are non-compliant. Not just us. I mean, I'm not talking about only us. Every company may have a different style of working, different processes, but important thing is RBI is taking interest on this field. RBI's senior person, RBI's 3-4 people team, they are taking interest in this particular asset class. That shows that they are serious, and they will definitely bring in something big for our companies, and that will help the industry to grow.
We have confidence, I am sure, with more and more compliances and regulations coming in, the industry will be better. So that's it. So this whole month we are doing all the games under Volatility Game series. Rahul will be doing one game next week, and maybe some other volatility coach will be conducting some. So please stay tuned and be there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I am sure you will be able to see some interesting games, whether it is related to asset allocation, volatility game, debt market game, fundamental analysis game, technical analysis game. So we are all there. Remain tuned in, and especially our new volatility coaches, be there so that you can just have a look at them, see the recording, and you conduct them as much as possible with your investors, and try to get the benefits out of that. And with this, we all are again gearing up for our conference, which is happening on 27th to 29th of September. And the host city, Delhi, where our host Rahul, Naresh Verma, and I don't think anyone is there from Delhi right now. So please share your welcome remarks for the conference, Rahul and Naresh ji, and then we will conclude today's session.
हम तो ढोल नगाड़े सब लेके एकदम रेडी है.
तहे दिल से स्वागत है. तहे दिल से स्वागत है.
Welcome all of you guys for Delhi.
Yes.
This year's conference is probably going to break all the records in terms of fun, fiesta, and learning. Absolutely.
And one more thing, all these games will be playing live, during all these 4 days, and especially on the 4th day, we will have a dedicated place wherein these games will be played, and some of our volatility coaches will be taking it through, and all of you can really have good fun, play, and just explore everything. So we will leave no stone unturned. We will just gamify the whole thing, and more of these games which will be there live for all of you.
Absolutely right.
Chalo. Thank you so much for being, and thank you so much, Vishal, for joining in such a short notice and sharing your words of wisdom. And I'm sure P2P industry will be doing extremely well in the coming days.
Sure,
We
sure.
really all
Thank
look
you.
forward to
And
that.
thank you very much for the support, sir. And it has been always a pleasure. Thank you.